Hey everyone, welcome to Veronica Avon Lady. I wanted to do a short video kind of going on and talking about your planning, preparing for your order deliveries. And before we get into that, I want to grab a couple of things to kind of do this video for you guys and show you an example. So I have a couple of things that I have to grab so that way you guys will have a better chance to know what I'm talking about. So, what I've said before, I've probably done like a few videos of me preparing for my Avon orders, or I've talked about like, like once you want to be ready for your Avon orders. You want to treat your business like a business. You don't want to treat it like something that you have to do just to whatever. You don't want to treat it sloppily. You don't want to treat it sloppy, okay? You want to be organized, you want to be a professional, and you want to treat this that you're doing with Avon as a business, because it is a business. And so you want to make sure that you prepare so that way when your order comes in, you're not like scrounging around looking for your invoices, or writing your orders on your invoices, or whatever. You want to prepare. If your order gets to your house the next, like, early on the delivery days, then you want to have your table cleared off and your invoices laid out across the table, and everything that you do, you want to have that ready Sunday nights, or the night before your delivery. Mine is Mondays, so I most likely try to prepare every Sunday night, and sometimes I fail, and but it's a good idea, especially if you have an early delivery between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning. Then you want to have everything prepared, right? And that way, from there you can just go ahead and do your packaging and brochures and all that stuff. So order day comes. What do you do? This probably is a good video for anybody who is new. If you're new to Avon and you're wondering, how can I have an organized, successful business, and what do I do on delivery day? So I'm going to do a short video on that and go from there. I got a bit of a sore on my lips. So again, like I said, I try to have everything prepared, but even though I didn't have everything prepared last night, this morning I started working on my invoices. What I do, and you don't have to do this, but if it's an idea for you guys to do, if you like the system that I use for doing my business. What I do is before the brochure campaign, before the campaign ends, like before the cutoff date, I use this notepad here. And so it's like a great big notepad. And actually, I already have my orders for campaign. Like, I already have a page prepared for campaign 10. So 9 just went through. 9 just got delivered today. So what I've done this morning before my Avon got here was I would let me back up a step before I confuse you, okay? So for example, let's say I have this ready for campaign 10 and I get people ordering, and the reason why I do it on a notepad first before I put them on the invoices is because you want the invoices to be neat and looking professional, right? And if somebody gets this invoice that has sloppy writing, then that doesn't look professional. And maybe that's not a big deal for some customers, maybe it's not a big deal for some of the reps, and but for me it is. I want to present myself professionally, and if my writing is sloppy, then I just want to be professional, right? So if I'm in a rush during the week, which I usually am, and which everybody else usually is too, right? So you get a phone call, and you maybe have like 2 minutes to spare because you're in a rush, and you just kind of write everything down, just like write it down. You don't care how neat it is, you just write it down, and then you're done. That's why I use the notepad, because if I'm writing them down on these invoices and I'm in a rush, I'm most likely going to write sloppy. And I don't want to do that because, one, I don't want to waste my invoices. And two, I don't want to present my invoices to look sloppy. That's not what I want to do. So what I do is I write them down on this notepad here. And, I get the name, full name, first and last name, address, phone number, and then I'll get their order. But if you are out the door, you either can tell them, like, you're actually out the door, but if I can get your name and number, I can call you back and you can place your order then. Or if you're actually really getting out the door, then you just want to let the machine get the phone. But I stress that using a notepad first is probably the best way. You're probably thinking, well, that's just too much work for me, because why would I want to write all their orders on a notepad and then write them down on the invoice? Well, again, if you're in a rush, then your writing gets messy and you want to present everything professionally, whether it's bagging your orders for them or whether it's placing the brochures, making that look professional, and whether it's stapling your invoices. You want it to look nice, professional, and the writing, you want it to look neat. So when you have time, whether it's when the order day cutoff is, once your order goes through, you can write them down, or you could write them down the day before your delivery or that day as you're waiting, preparing for your Avon orders. You could do it then. But make sure that if you're going to use the notepad when you're writing out your orders, because you don't want it to be messy, and if you're in a rush it's going to be messy, make sure that you always follow through with writing the orders out on the invoice and make it neat, because you want to look professional, right? A business is professional. So yes, that's my tip for you guys. And another tip too is let me just show you guys for a second. Okay, let me just stop this and I'll turn it around and show you.